Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 44. Hopefully, you guys had an amazing day, doing better than yesterday. But that being said, guys, today I went out with my family, right? We went out to a museum to see like this, moon landing expedition. And honestly, it was quite cool, guys. It was quite cool, although, I didn't really learn anything from it because I was just trying to, get through the museum and kind of act like I'm having a good time. I guess I did. It's just I didn't really pay too much attention to the expedition itself because I'm not the type of person that's really interested in the moon. About the moon landing, etc. Because I feel like there was a period in my life where that thing amused me, but obviously not anymore, right? Um, However, you guys might be wondering why I went to this museum. Well, because my sister's school holiday is finishing this week, right? And taking this weekend to kind of, spend time with her before school starts up again, which will, inevitably drag our time further apart. And I won't be able to have that much time with her, right? Because, she's going to be at school, etc. So, the family just said, like, have a good time with her and went out with my mom and it was a good time. We came back pretty late though. After that I meal prepped, so didn't really get much done, but it is the weekend too, so I normally don't get too much done this weekend. But overall this week I haven't really done anything. I kind of just said to myself, I'm gonna kind of, take this break. Kind of, I guess I lean into the defeat, but I'm not, taking that defeat too negatively because, you know, by reflecting your defeat negatively to yourself, I only found that to, you know, bring me down even more, which isn't something I necessarily need. I just need to kind of, detach from the emotion aspect, right? To like kind of, not be too emotionally invested in the outcome because, failure isn't something too significant. But, if we make it a big deal, eventually becomes something too significant. And then that's what troubles us more, right? Because we pedestaled failure so much that, we kind of beat ourselves down for it when really it isn't something that big. We can just brush it off and say it's okay. So that's why I'm being, positive. I'm kind of, treating this break or this kind of, complacency period positively, because, mentally I said to myself, look, this week I'm gonna take a break, and obviously, I could say I didn't deserve this break, but you know, I made up my mind, so I'm gonna ride this wave out. Like if I was, deloading in the gym, you know, take this week as break, and then next week I'll go, at a consistent pace. Well, not too hard, but just enough each day to push me back up to that 100 cold calls a day. Because 100 cold calls, guys, is manageable. It's 2 hours, 3 hours max. But normally I find it's 2 hours if I don't become sidetracked. If I'm focused and I'm on my phone, just dialing numbers, etc., 2 hours is enough to make $100. For some people, that's still a lot of time, but obviously I could always reduce that. But from my best performance, 2 hours is the quickest I had done $100, and that is obviously with booking some meetings. So obviously I'm not going to jump right into $100 on Monday. It's just like going to the gym. You've been going to the gym and then you take 1 week off, you're not going to go back and bench your PR, right? You're going to slowly build up. But what I found is that because you hit those numbers before, you're guaranteed to hit them again, right? But sometimes if you come back into work or whatever and you try to do where you left off before, it can be quite daunting, right? Like just imagine, guys, right? You took a week break off, whether it's work or working out, and then you just come back and you try to push where you left off, and that can be hard. It could be hard and it could be a daunting task, right? But if you just half the amount you've done, or even more, and then you just slowly, gradually bump it up, it'll be much easier that way. And if you've done 100 cold calls or if you've done 100 kilos of bench press, it'll be so much easier to half the way or half the quantity, right? It is so much manageable that way, and it won't be as difficult, and it wouldn't be this big, big troubling task that you have to face, the next day because you just came up from a break, you just had a whole week off, so you want to kind of start off where you can manage, right? No matter the number, pick a number for you guys, maybe 70% or 80% or even 30% if you want to push it. But obviously, probably not the best to go back where you left off, right? You want to kind of slowly, gradually build it up. And that is the plan on Monday. But eventually, by the end of next week, I'll be up, about 100 calls for sure, right? Maybe 120. But that is the plan, guys. Haven't really done this much, haven't really done anything at all this week, to be honest. And I'm honest to tell you guys this because, that is the truth. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys saying I've done work when really I haven't. I just kind of been relaxing, I guess. In this time I have kind of, enjoying it. Do I miss work? Hell yes, I do. I'm eager to go back to it. I'm at this moment where I don't want to be on this break anymore, right? There's things I can't have and there's things I want. And, I just miss work, guys. It's something I do enjoy. So definitely looking forward to Monday. But that being said, guys, today something came in the mail and, I just want to show you guys because this is pretty exciting, right? So obviously I told you guys that, I withdraw my cryptocurrency and I bought some cameras and some lighting setup, etc., and a microphone. And obviously the camera and stuff haven't came, but what came is these some really cool little LED light wall mounts, right? And so it's basically this little circle thing, right? And then it has a USB charger. It's amazing, right? I like these, small little details. It gets me excited, right? Especially for this metal thing, right? So you can either drill holes. So this is what you put on the wall, right? You can either drill holes, or they give like these temporary, very sticky, I guess, glue substance that you can stick on here and then stick on the wall, of course. Right? And this is what I'm interested about because this is the metal bowl, right? Because I was I was stressing out a bit to where to kind of position the light because obviously I thought when you put it on, right, it only faces one way. So I got to kind of position it right. But because it's a metal bowl, it actually rotates like almost 300. Well, actually not really. It does rotate 300 degrees, right? But obviously you can't go backwards, but you get the point, right? It's flexible and that is what I like. It is actually pretty tough, so it's not going to fall off the wall for sure. So I'm going to set this up now, but yeah, this is pretty much my day, guys. It's pretty simple. Obviously there's so much I could have done, but again, this is the rest week, so I'm going to take it as that, right? Take it or leave it, right? So you can't kind of interfere with each other, right? If it's rest, you rest properly. If you work properly. You never can sit on the fence, guys. You know what I mean? Like you either go forward or you go backwards, You can't just be like, I'm going to, have a few days rest and then, next day I'm going to work and then I'm going to rest tomorrow, right? That's inconsistency, right? Although having a whole week off is inconsistent, however, if you, plan this week off, etc., it might be beneficial. Obviously, this probably isn't beneficial for me because, for work, you have to kind of work every day, right? It's just something you have to do. Unlike the gym, there's times where, your body just can't handle the amount of training you put yourself through. Maybe that is for work too, but at the moment, because I have no one to, outsource my business to, if I stop working, then that means my business stopped going, right? So work is kind of different at the moment, for like going out example, right? You have newbie games, for the first few years you work out, you'll highly, overtrain yourself, so you have that first year or two. So just like work, guys, if you don't work overly hard, you're not gonna, burn yourself out, if that's the term they use now, right? Where you like overwork. You're not gonna burn yourself out if you just go very hard, right? If you go at moderate speed while still, pushing yourself a little bit to failure, then you should be good for, 1 or 2 years, right? But obviously when things gets harder, where you have more weight put onto yourself, if you don't outsource it, then maybe it's a good idea to have, a few weeks where you work a bit less, or maybe if, a day or two you don't work at all, right? You just kind of like treat yourself and your mind. But, anything, like I said, you either go forward or you go backwards. You can't just say to yourself, this week I'm going to have a rest. And then the next 2 days in the rest, you just want to do work and you feel anxious and you go back to doing work. you kind of, ruin the pattern, right? You either go forward or you go backwards. So even though I'm going backwards now, I am, not being negative about it, right? I'm being honest and I'm looking at the positive side of things, and that is something I want to start doing. It is something I have been doing, and you just cannot go wrong by being positive to yourself. You know what I mean? You can only go wrong by being negative. There's no point of you, putting yourself, scrolling, etc. Right? Because you should be your biggest, cheerleader, your biggest friend. You shouldn't make yourself your biggest enemy, right? Because there's so many enemies in this world already, right? There's so many people that will go against you and what you believe in. And at the end of the day, you only have yourself. So you want to make your best ally, right? But that's all I got to say for today, guys. It's been a crazy Saturday. Had plenty of, enjoyment with my family. Maybe I won't go to the museum anytime soon, but if I do, guys, I'll make sure to, get some footage for you guys because, obviously you guys missed out. I mean, there was a big ass moon in there. So yeah, I should have took some pictures, but I didn't. But hey guys, that pretty much sums up my Saturday. It's been a pretty good day, and I do hope the weekend has been going good for you guys so far. But that being said, hopefully you guys learned something from today. If you guys, found any value in this, but if not, that's totally fine because I have something for you guys tomorrow. So I'll see you guys Sunday. Bye bye.